Hello and welcome to Workers' Comp Unwrapped, the podcast that simplifies workers' compensation for physicians. So, let's get started. Welcome to Season 3, Episode 10 of Workers' Comp Unwrapped. I'm your host, Max.
And I'm Angela. Great to be here.
Great to have you, Angela, especially with your 15 years of experience wading through the interesting world of workers' compensation.
It certainly keeps you on your toes.
Doesn't it just?
Yeah.
So today, we're taking a deep dive into navigating AB 1870, ensuring compliance in multi-role practices. Essentially, we're exploring AB 1870's updated poster requirements. Sounds thrilling, I know.
Maybe not thrilling, but definitely important.
Exactly. It's one of those things, looks like minor admin, maybe just paperwork, but oh boy, overlooking it can cause some serious, let's say, contentious situations.
That's putting it mildly sometimes.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Because, Angela, I know you've seen how these, seemingly small updates can be absolutely critical for businesses to get right. It's not always the big headlines that trip people up.
You're absolutely right, Max. It's fascinating, isn't it? How often the biggest headaches, the real costly problems, stem from these details that maybe seem insignificant. So what's fascinating here is we are talking about something as simple as workplace posters, literally a piece of paper on a wall. But AB 1870, which kicks in January 1, 2025, it's way more than just ticking a box.
Okay.
It's really about being proactive. It's a shield against some pretty hefty fines, drawn-out disputes, even legal fights. Especially, and this is key, for what we call multi-role practices. Think about medical offices, for example. Loads of them in California.
Doctors, nurses, admin, billing, all under one roof, but doing different things.
Exactly. So today, we'll lay out what AB 1870 actually is, why it's so crucial for you, what concrete steps you need to take, and the real, often expensive risks of not doing it. It's genuinely one of those areas where putting in a little effort now saves a world of pain later.
That's a perfect setup. It really does highlight how simple compliance can get complex fast. So let's jump in. From your perspective, Angela, what exactly is AB 1870? What's fundamentally new or different here that people need to know? Is it a total rewrite or more like a targeted change?
Yeah, good question. It's definitely more of a targeted strike, I'd say. But its impact is pretty broad for certain workplaces.
Right.
At its core, AB 1870 expands the existing labor code posting rules.
Okay.
And that date, January 1, 2025, I really can't stress this enough. It's not some far-off thing. It's basically here.
Right around the corner.
Exactly. And the law is really zeroing in on these multi-role practices. Your medical office example is perfect. You've got doctors, nurses, MAs, and maybe one area.
Yeah.
Then separate admin staff handling the front desk, patient scheduling, and then often a completely different team, maybe in a back office, focused just on billing.
Yeah, sometimes they're not even in the same part of the building.
Precisely. And AB 1870 says all these different groups, these diverse workforces, they all need clear, updated notices about their rights, especially workers' comp.
So it's not just about having a poster somewhere in the building anymore. It's about who actually sees it and where they see it. Because I can definitely picture that lone compliance poster behind the dusty ficus tree in the break room.
You nailed it. That's exactly the issue AB 1870 tackles. It mandates visibility. The posters can't just, exist. They have to be in conspicuous areas where employees of all roles can actually see them.
Conspicuous. Okay, what does that practically mean?
It means think about where people actually work and gather. It's not a suggestion, it's about genuine access. No more hiding them behind the coffee machine or in that supply closet nobody visits.
The supply closet poster. A classic.
Right. So the law is pushing for active, undeniable exposure. It raises that important question. If you've got a clinical wing, an admin hub, a billing office, is everyone seeing that info in their regular work environment?
That's a really crucial shift in thinking. It moves the responsibility from just having it to making sure it's seen. So drilling down on that, what does this mean for you, our listener, if you're running or working in one of these multi-role places? Why is hitting all the groups so important, really? Why isn't one central bulletin board good enough anymore?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's really about risk and friction. In these varied environments, you have different teams facing different potential issues, right? Take the medical office again. A surgeon's potential work-related risks are different from a nurse's, which are different from the billing team dealing with, say, ergonomics or carpal tunnel.
Okay, yeah.
If those posters aren't up to date and visible everywhere, then specific groups might genuinely not know critical stuff. Like, how do I report this type of injury?
So the admin person might not know how to report their wrist pain, even if the nurse knows exactly the protocol for a sharps injury.
Exactly that. Or they might not know how to report any injury properly, or what they're actually entitled to under workers' comp, or even who the heck to talk to if they have a problem with their claim.
Right. Basic, fundamental stuff.
Totally fundamental. And when people are in the dark about their rights, especially health and safety rights, well, it causes friction. It just does. And that friction, it escalates. First disputes, maybe grievances, and then you're looking at potentially messy, expensive litigation, all starting from maybe just not putting up the right poster in the right place. It snowballs into a legal and financial nightmare. Plus, it really tanks morale. It's that classic ounce of prevention. Or maybe just a few sheets of paper, preventing a mountain of legal bills.
Okay, message received. This sounds like something you absolutely cannot afford to just, ignore or put on the back burner. The stakes are way higher than just looking tidy for an inspector. We're talking serious legal risk and workplace trust.
Absolutely.
So for our listener thinking, okay, I get it, what do I actually do? Give us the practical steps, the checklist. This is where it gets really interesting, right? Moving from uh-oh to, okay, here's the plan.
Exactly. And the good news, while the consequences are serious, the actual steps for compliance are pretty straightforward. It's manageable. Think of it as your essential checklist.
Lay it on us.
Okay, first, update your posters. Non-negotiable. Get rid of the old ones. You need the 2025 compliant versions. Don't just assume yours are okay.
Where do you get them?
Good question. You can go straight to the source, the California Division of Workers' Compensation, the DWC, or use an approved, reputable vendor. Lots of companies specialize in this, and some even offer subscriptions so you get updates automatically.
Okay, step 1, get the right paper.
Got it. Step 2, and this loops back to our visibility point, post in multiple areas. Seriously, one poster in the main hallway, not enough. You need to place them where each group actually works or gathers. Clinical areas, admin offices, the billing department, wherever people spend their time.
So think about the actual flow of different teams.
Precisely. Genuine visibility for everyone. If someone works only in the back billing office, they need it there. Third, language requirements. This is huge in California.
Right, very diverse workforce.
Absolutely. If you have employees whose primary language isn't English, like Spanish, Chinese, Tagalog, Vietnamese, Korean, others, you must provide posters in those languages too. This isn't just nice to have, it's legally required. Skipping this, it could make your whole effort insufficient for those employees.
Okay, crucial point, multiple languages.
Fourth, and this is what I'd call a critical best practice, digital accessibility. AB 1870 focuses on physical posters, yes, but we strongly recommend putting digital copies up too.
Like on the company intranet.
Exactly. Intranet, HR portal, shared drive, wherever your employees access internal info. Think about remote or hybrid workers too. How else will they see it reliably?
Good point. Covers all bases.
It really does. And it shows you're being thorough. It's a smart, proactive step, especially if someone later claims they were never in the office to see the physical poster.
Ah, interesting. Kind of a digital backup.
Sort of, yeah. And finally, step 5, audit regularly. Compliance isn't a one-time thing. Set up a schedule, maybe annually, or when you change office layouts or have big staff changes. Double check everything. Are the posters still there? Still readable? Still the current version? Laws change. Things fall off walls. You need ongoing vigilance.
That makes so much sense. Build it into the routine like checking smoke detectors or something. And that digital point, Angela, that feels really smart. It's not just convenient, it's like future-proofing your compliance a bit.
Exactly right. Laws change. Workplaces change. Your strategy has to adapt. Using digital tools for this is just smart business sense now. It fills gaps the original physical poster idea couldn't anticipate.
Okay, so now let's flip the coin. Let's talk about the downside. What happens if a practice just doesn't do this? Maybe they think it's too much hassle, maybe they think, we'll never get caught, or they just keep kicking the can down the road. What are the real practical consequences? Let's get into the nitty-gritty. What's really at stake?
Well, the consequences can stack up pretty quickly, Max. And honestly, they're usually way more disruptive and costly than just putting up the posters. First, yeah, there are fines.
Real money.
Oh yeah, not just pocket change. We're talking potentially up to several $1,000s per violation. And think about it if you need multiple posters in multiple languages, in multiple locations. A single oversight can multiply fast. Missing posters in 5 areas, that could be a very expensive mistake.
Yikes. Okay, so the fines are serious.
They are, but honestly, The bigger, often more damaging risk is around employee disputes. Picture this. An employee gets hurt on the job. Later, maybe things get contentious and they claim, I was never told my rights, that poster wasn't there, or it was outdated, or it wasn't in my language.
I see where this is going.
Right. Suddenly, what might have been a straightforward workers' comp claim gets incredibly complicated. It throws doubt on everything, undermines the employer's position, and can drag out the claim process, making it way more expensive. Plus, the administrative burden, the stress, it's significant.
So it's not just the fine itself, it's how non-compliance poisons the well if an actual injury happens. It makes resolving things much harder.
Absolutely. And then, inevitably, unresolved disputes can escalate. That leads to litigation, full-blown lawsuits, which are, as we know, incredibly expensive, suck up enormous amounts of time, and can really damage a practice's reputation.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
Nobody. And what's really critical to grasp here is how this seemingly tiny thing, not updating a poster, can spiral into this massive potential for legal trouble, financial hits, operational chaos. It's kind of mind-blowing. So truly, the highest reward for the lowest effort. Just get the posters right. It's the cheapest insurance policy you can buy against a whole world of trouble.
That is a fantastic way to frame it. The cheapest compliance strategy is literally tape and paper, maybe a few clicks on the internet. Makes ignoring it seem, well, not just risky, but kind of financially illogical.
It really is a no-brainer when you lay it out like that. A few bucks for posters versus thousands, potentially tens of thousands in fines, legal fees, higher insurance premiums, reputation damage.
Not to mention the hit to employee trust you mentioned earlier.
Exactly. Showing you're on top of this stuff, that you care about their rights being visible, that actually builds a better workplace culture.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. To bring this deep dive to a close, the key takeaways seem clear. AB 1870. It's real. It's coming January 1st, 2025, and it's a critical update for California multi-role practices. You've got to update those workplace rights posters, think strategically about where you put them so everyone sees them, handle the language requirements, and probably get digital copies up too.
Couldn't say it better.
So what does this all mean? Bottom line, a little bit of proactive effort. Now update the posters, place them thoughtfully. Maybe do that digital upload, can save you a massive amount of stress, prevent costly fights, and protect your practice down the line. Angela, thank you so much for breaking this down for us so clearly. Really invaluable insights.
My pleasure, Max. Always happy to talk compliance posters, but seriously, this whole discussion brings up a broader point, maybe a final thought for everyone listening. In this age of just information everywhere, constant emails, notifications, where do you make sure your truly critical compliance info isn't just available somewhere, but is actually seen and understood and accessible to every single person who needs it, no matter their role or how they work? It's not just about having it, it's about genuine accessibility and comprehension.
That's a brilliant question to leave people with. Really chew on that one. Think about your own workplace right now. Are there hidden compliance points? Is that crucial policy buried 5 clicks deep on the server? Is the safety manual gathering dust? What other small details might have surprisingly big impacts? We really encourage you, take 5 minutes after this, check your posters, check your setup, verify your AB 1870 compliance. Take that step. Thanks for diving deep with us today on Workers' Comp Unwrapped. Until next time, stay compliant, stay informed. Thanks for listening to Workers' Comp Unwrapped. If you found value in today's episode, subscribe and share with fellow doctors. Stay informed and keep making a difference in your patients' care.